Right, we want to work out the gradient between these 2 points, the red point, 2 along, 4 up, 2, 4, and the green point, 5, 10. So we want to work out the gradient of the straight line that goes between those 2 points. So the gradient we know is the rise over the run. So we're going to be finding out the rise, which is how far up do we go? Just the vertical distance from the red point up, in this case, to the green point. That's going to be our rise. So that's going to go, we're going to go up from 4 all the way up to 10. So that distance is 10 minus 4. 4 up to 10 has a distance of 6. So our rise will be 6. Now our run will be how far along are we going? We're going along from 2 along to 5 in the x direction. So that's 5 minus 2, that's a distance of 3. So our rise over run is 6 over 3, which simplifies to 2. So our gradient, our rise over run, our gradient is 2. Now we can visualize this by thinking every time we go along one square, we go up by our gradient, which is 2. Along 1, up 2. Every time we go along 1, we're going up 2 squares. That's what a gradient of 2 means. And you can see that takes us directly to the other point. So if we drew a purple line between these 2 points, you can see it has a gradient of 2. Right, so just going to label these points so we can make a formula. So we've got the 2 y values. We're going to measure them. We're going to write them left to right. So we've got y2 on the right, y1 on the left. Same thing for x2 and x1. x1, y1 is our first point. x2, y2 is our second point. So here we've made a formula. If we take y2 and take away y1, divide it by x2 minus x1, that's our rise over run, that's our gradient. We define this using the letter m. Okay, so here's an example. To figure out the coordinates of our point on the left, we'll call this x1, y1. And our point on the left, our point on the right, we'll call x2, y2. So here's our coordinates. So we'll call these points C and D. So we're trying to work out the gradient of the line C to D. So here's our formula, just ready to plug in what we need. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 4 over 12. We can simplify this to a gradient of 1 over 3. That's our rise over run, a third. This means every time we go along 3, we go up just 1. It's unnecessary to draw these little triangles across. It's just for demonstration. Right, here's a slightly trickier example. One of our points is negative 2, 9, and the other point is 8, 3. Hopefully you can see that this line will be going downhill. So what is the gradient from point P to Q? MPQ. So we're just going to set up our formula. It's going to be y2 minus y1. We're just left to get for y2 and y1. y2 is 3, y1 is 9. So just plugging in the values that we found by labeling our points left to right, x1, y1, x2, y2. So our gradient is going to be rise over run, -6. And don't forget here, a negative makes a plus. So 8 minus -2 will be the same as 8 plus 2. -6 over 10 simplifies to -3 over 5. So that's a negative gradient because it's going downhill. So we can see every time we go along 5 squares, will be going down 3. I'll just draw a line across to show that.